In the queue, we need a few seconds, maybe like 5 or 10 seconds after that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bring me. Let's hear it. Can we hear the music?
Yeah, the
No.
music.
No music.
Yeah. Live. Look, Wayne, how you feeling?
Closer to you than wow.
Feel different for a week.
How you feel?
Round of applause. Let me get a round of applause. Yeah, yeah. We appreciate that. Uncle Wayne,
Yeah,
Bree, for real.
Hey.
So, this is gonna be just slightly different than what we're used to.
it's a reason why we're doing it different tonight.
Tell the
We
people.
we we had to break it down for you. Again, I am Uncle Wayne running for mayor, and at the same time, I am a host of Be More for Real.
Okay.
So, in order for us to get this correct, we actually interview all the mayoral candidates that were important to Be More for Real because they took the time to come to Be More for Real to sit with us and tell us how they feel about Baltimore. And I took the time, sit back, and we listened to them. So, in order for us to get this right, I took the time and to be a mayoral candidate to sit back and get interviewed so I can talk about our beautiful city of Baltimore.
Let's talk about it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and we gonna get into this as well. And this is the beautiful thing about it. I mean, first of all, big shout outs to you because you brought together everybody that you know played a part in everybody that maybe didn't have a voice from the news station and everybody that didn't have the
That was
recognition.
been shunned.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
kudos to you first and foremost. But second of all, we're going to ask you first and foremost, why should you be the mayor of this beautiful city of Baltimore?
Let us hear it.
Let me get into this. In 2009, I decided to get into Baltimore for real because I wanted to understand what was going on with so many killings and we were so one sided. So at this time, I joined North American Trade School. If you're familiar, it's in the county.
Shout out North American Trade School.
Trade school itself,
Shout out North American Trade School.
HVAC, electrical, plumbing, roof. It has a couple of those programs itself in there. But the issue is they had very little students. So at that time, In the inner city, they had a whole lot of individuals in the city, but very little students. So make a long story short,
Okay.
I turned the students into 50 students into almost 500 students. But I realized that was a type of, let me see how I can put this. They had HVAC, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and auto mechanics. But when I got to the inner city,
Okay.
we had a whole lot of abandoned houses.
Oh, and what about the abandoned houses?
So
it's very important to you.
If we had abandoned houses, watch this.
Okay.
HVAC, electrical, roofing, those were programs that could fix up those abandoned houses. So when I went back to North American Trade School, I tried to get more of the students from the city into the school. But the issue is with that school, they weren't interested in the inner city students.
And that's interesting that you say that. Why do you think that they weren't interested in the inner city schools?
Listen, they were ran by who they were ran by.
Okay.
So instead of me fighting them with their issues, I'm like, well, why not having that type of school in the inner city of Baltimore?
Right.
Now, hold that thought.
Okay, I'll hold it.
So I come up with, let's get this into the city of Baltimore. So I put together Get With the Program. That's when Get With the Program came to life.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Get With the Program?
Get With the Program is a program I came up with when Get With the Program, WIT is WIT, Wealth in Trade.
I'm glad you explained
like
that
that.
too.
I like
so
that.
Get wit, because at first I thought it was a grammatical mistake,
A lot
but
of people thought that.
yet it has an acronym. So
Because we made
wit
it ours.
is wealth and trades. Okay.
We made it ours, bring it to the inner city, made it ours, and turning it into that. So it can, bring some attention. So to bring that to the inner city. But I realized another thing. If I bring it to the inner city, we have other issues in the inner city.
Okay.
Substance abuse, anger management,
Yes.
mental health. So I went back to college, went back to school. Now, at my age, go back to school, taking up these courses at a later age, you realize mental health and anger management and drug abuse are all connected.
They are?
They really are.
Can you explain a little bit more how they're connected?
A lot of times you don't realize, a lot of times people stressed out, mental, go to drugs. That's really, they are feeding off of each other.
They're looking for a way to numb their pain.
But we just don't do the research on each other.
Right.
We don't feel as though we're important enough. But yet, we're funneling the money off of it. So let's go back to the trade schools again. HVAC, electrical, plumbing, roofing. And then look at all the abandoned houses in the inner city. Now, get them to do HVAC, electrical, plumbing, put the schools in the inner city. So we came up, and if we had the schools in the inner city, we know we had to put substance abuse, anger management, and mental health into the schools.
Okay.
So we put the whole program together. Get With the Program, put the whole program together. We put it down to a nick. Now we say we need the buildings.
Okay.
We find Target. Target was shut down. No one was using it.
What Target are you talking about?
In Mondawmin Mall.
Okay.
This is all the way up to 2019. Let me show you how it came up. All the way up in 10 years, we was putting this all together. Get With the Program worked on this for 10 years, putting this all together for the inner city. We found the perfect place. Target, large. We can put the whole trade school in it, get 10,000 houses from the city. We are ready to go. Everybody set up. We had 225 staff workers. We're ready. Remember, I went back to school. We got the employees. We ready. So the only thing is missing is someone to lead the city to get it done.
Okay.
2020 comes in.
So the
Now
city
it's
is
the mayoral
missing
situation.
Uncle
Now
Wayne.
you remember you said why I wanted to be mayor. Remember that was the question?
Please.
2020 comes. Remember it was 17 people running for mayor.
Uh-huh.
So we say, okay, the easiest one we think should be coming for mayor. This should be a no-brainer. A real no-brainer. Brandon Scott, young, black, trade schools in the inner city. He could help us get in. Everything should fit, right?
Okay.
That should be the easiest thing. We should just make that all together. So we work with everyone else until we got with that. Got to hold the fort on that.
Let's go.
Until we try to work with him to get the trade school open.
So what
Watch
happened?
this.
when you
And
tried
then
to
what
work
happened?
with him?
You got to feel this one.
And then what happened?
Okay.
We wait for Target. Target was on board with this. Everyone was on board with this. But instead, after they got elected, they went behind our backs. The city council president, you need to hear this.
Say it ain't so.
The city council president, the mayor, and the district councilmen that run Mondawmin Mall, and the ones Mondawmin Mall went behind our back, sold that building to Whitening and Turner, and killed our whole program.
Wow.
And let me tell
Okay.
you the kicker part about it. Went on television and told everybody that they had no idea that they had any ideas to do anything with that building.
I think
That's why.
I think it's along the lines of plausible deniability. That they have terminologies for that. So I assume, based on your position and your juxtaposed to what they did with the Whitening and Turner and the Target, then what is your standpoint on the Harbor East situation as well?
Good question.
And it fits right in perfectly because that's exactly what I'm talking about. We're arguing over should they build Harbor East or not. And people say, oh, don't build Harbor East. And others say, oh, if they build Harbor East, it's for the other people, $3,000 people living down there. We need to be part of them building that. See, Uncle Wayne is going to open up the 4 trade schools myself. I become mayor. I can make the decisions of the inner city trade schools. When the workers build the Harbor East, it's going to be readdressed. The contract is going to be done by the schools. The school workers will work on the buildings itself.
I love it.
And some of them will be part owners. So when they move in there and pay that $3,000, the wealth goes to the city.
Yes.
See, that's why the city is broke. You ever notice Baltimore pays money out on a regular basis and never get any money back?
But before you go there, and you say you want to keep wealth within the city,
Absolutely.
How exactly does your program, if you was to be mayor, if you was mayor like yesterday, what are the first changes that you would make to facilitate the goals that you want to see?
That's what I'm going to do. We've already have 3 locations to where we're going to open up the school.
Okay.
Do you know where the old Social Security building is downtown on Green Street?
Oh, yes.
When you go
Very
there, that
familiar with
one
that.
going across there, just sitting there.
Yes.
That's the first trade school. It's already zoned and it's been sitting there. It's been sitting there for years, wasting. That's the trade school. You could do the CDLs out of there, the diesel training out of there. That building will be turned there. On the east side, the old Sojourner Douglas building.
Okay.
That's the second one. You could do the barbering in there, and it's a lot of theirs too.
Okay.
Well, maybe you should go on and understand that I'm opening up the 4 trade schools in Baltimore City so you
Right.
can understand my plan for Baltimore City. That's the whole idea. That is what we're going to do, open up the schools immediately.
Okay, so with the schools, and what exact age range do you target with these schools, and what demographic are you targeting with these schools as well?
From 16 on up. you have to be at least 16 legally. You have to be the age of 16, but they go on up in age. So age is really not in them. When we say students, a lot of times people misinterpret. When I say students,
Right.
I don't mean teenagers, children's. But the reason why I do influence them, because when others are going to school, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and roofing, it influenced teenagers
Right.
to want to do the same thing too. See, because a lot of teenagers are not going to make it to college and don't want to go to college. But a lot of them can be HVAC technicians, they could be electricians, they can be roofers, they could be welders, and make extremely good monies at the
Right.
same time.
So what you're
Right.
saying is you're going to bring back those jobs that are essential to our community, and you're going to glorify those again.
Without a whole lot of debt when you leave college.
Oh, I like that.
Do you know how a lot of people who have debt and never made something out of themselves for college,
Right.
and right in the area that I'm in, I own houses in Penn North. All
Okay.
right. Do you understand? So I know people with college degrees around there still strung out and stressed out. So people keep thinking they are pushing children to college and thinking that's the success. They keep telling you to go to college.
So
to
my
be
question would be
successful.
this though. Strategically speaking, how long do you think it would take to make that type of turnaround?
I could one more time. We've already picked the buildings out,
Okay.
and the building's been sitting there. Now, in
Okay.
order to have the school, they've already. We just have to gut it out and get it started. So
Okay.
this is months.
So what you're saying, Uncle Wayne,
Months.
so what you're saying, Uncle Wayne, is that you're already going ahead with the actions that you're saying that you're going to put in place when you become mayor.
We've been working on this. Matter of fact, not 10 years now 13 years. Remember, I said this
Interesting.
with 2020, so now it's 2023. We've already
2024,
worked.
2024.
2024, right.
Yeah, let's get that right.
Look, get it
Look,
out.
time fly. We know.
Yeah.
Flies. But
definitely.
look, we already mapped this plan out. We've already know we can hit the ground running. And listen, the day they sold Target, I lie not to you, my phone blew up.
Okay.
There were so many angry people that said, what happened? They were so upset because they were all pumped on this idea of Target.
Right. I would be disappointed too
It
that
would-
I went through and voted for someone to get into office and they didn't come through with their promises.
And not to mention, I had 10,000 signatures about turning that to a trade school.
Right.
Do you imagine how many people were hurt and upset?
Right.
And still to this day, that's why people don't vote. When you say vote, that's a reason why people don't want to vote.
See, BMore4Real, we definitely
Oh,
have.
man.
And,
Hey,
you know, we have some
BMore4Real.
viewers. We have some viewers. We have some commenters.
And I have to play a different role tonight,
This
y'all.
is a different segment. So you know he has to get his words out for his campaign and deal with us on that. You know, but BMore4Real said, "What if someone doesn't want to be in trades? What about them?"
Listen, absolutely. Trade school is open for the inner city, for the main, not all. There's ones who want to go to college. We have those programs set up for college too. Listen, everyone's not going to be in trade like everybody don't want to go to college. We push you to college too. We have those programs inside our school to push you for college. And we're going to have programs in our school to help you through college because we found, we found even when I went to college, I found that how they treat some people in college wrong too. I don't think you let somebody hand go when they get into college. I don't think that's the wrong way. I went to college later in life, and I found out when a first semester, there were a whole lot of brothers in college. By the end of that semester, they were all gone.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Right.
So
Now,
I realized that's another
so with
program
that
that needs to be put into the trade school to help them through college.
Like life
Yes,
coaches.
sir.
Listen, we're going to have life coaches too. That's another
So
thing
with that
to
question
get into.
in mind, though, what if they don't want to be in trades? You will recommend them to go to college instead?
That's up to them.
Okay.
My recommendation is
So
not
what if
them,
they don't
it's
want
up
to go?
them.
What if they do not want to go to trade schools or college?
Listen, it's
Is
up to
there-
them.
Is there an alternative,
That's
or
up to
what
them.
is?
Listen, I'm not say all be all. I'm not I'm not God.
I love how you put that.
Really, let's not get confused here. Listen, I'm not choosing for you. Listen, people can decide for themselves. That's what we'll do. But when you come through, we've already mapped this out too. So now you want to go back. Let me show you what we worked on within them 10 years. We realized when you come through that door of the trade school, we know you don't know. So when you come through that door, we group you up with a counselor. 9 times out of 10 is someone who's just, and I hate to say this, but I have to say this for one time only.
Be for
because
real.
I take the titles off.
Mhm.
But when you just coming home or you just coming out of rehab, those are the best times.
Okay.
We group you up with somebody coming through those schools because you can handle them. You can deal with that back and forth because everybody needs someone to lean on.
Okay.
That's why most of us fail because we don't have support system.
Okay.
We are I found out this as my people, and honestly, and I'm not knocking anyone else when I say my people, because when somebody else was on here saying my people, nobody said anything.
Okay.
So when I say my people, don't mean I'm going to disrespect anyone else or push anyone else away. So let me make this clear. But I know who I am. Okay?
Right.
So I know what my people need. We need a support system. We really do because we make some bad decisions because before we do it, we usually strike out and ask someone.
Now, Uncle Wayne,
Listen, I got to finish this. Hold up, man. Like we gave
before you
other
go
male
Let
candidates.
Uncle Wayne finish.
Yes,
real
sir.
quick,
That's like we
please.
gave other male candidates.
Yes,
We got
give
to
him
give
his-
this.
Yes, sir.
Give
This
him
is
that
my
platform.
time to talk.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk.
Gotta talk. We, as a support system, Baltimore is 63% black.
Okay.
We've got to focus on that. If we never address our issues, when we going to address them? When we locked up, or when we go to Annapolis begging for money to help the crime issues. Do you
Exactly.
understand? I want to prevent the issue.
Okay, but we have a sake of time. For the sake of time, Uncle Wayne,
But this
tell us what is your crime plans? Do you have any crime plans?
listen, and
for the
I'm
city?
glad you say that. I'm gonna save you time on the crime plan so I can get back to this.
Okay.
All the rest of them had crime plans. I don't have to work on that.
Okay.
Okay. So while they working on crime plans, I'm gonna work on solutions. Okay. And opportunities.
Okay.
So what makes
So-
you so different from all these other mayoral candidates that you don't need a crime plan?
Listen, because they're working on crime plans. Didn't you see them down in Annapolis? Look at Fox 45.
Mhm.
Fox 45 will tell you every single crime plan that they have. How much punishment are we going to have to get? You're going to keep punishing everybody. There are crime plans. You know a crime plan. If you do something wrong, you're going to be punished. If you do something wrong, they're going to lock you up. What crime plan I have to tell you? They know that. It's already on the record of book. You need another mayor to come up with more crime plans. You need another commissioner to stand up here and say, I'm going to lock you up and lock you up longer.
Okay.
I'm trying to prevent. You know what I want? I want us to wake up one day and you turn on Fox 45 and they're going to say, guess what? There were no murders. Oh, the end of the year, you know how many murders there were in Baltimore City? 0.
Okay, Uncle Wayne, we're
That's what I
coming up
want.
on time.
Well,
So instead of a crime plan,
I
then what do
just
you have?
told you.
What do you have?
I'm going to try this one more time.
Tell them, what do you have?
I'm not working on any crime plans.
Mhm.
So
I'ma
what do you have,
listen.
Uncle Wayne?
Listen to this. Why do I have to work on a crime plan when they are working on a crime plan?
Because we
so
just
we
wanna-
all have to work on a crime plan?
Because we, as the people of Baltimore City, just want to make sure that you have
I'm not
the
saying
police
Baltimore's not going to be safe.
together.
And watch this. This is another thing too. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, 'cause you
Okay.
have to hear. If you wake up and I'm mayor, this is what I'm going to do. I'm calling everyone in. First of all, we're going to have prayer.
Okay.
This is me, okay? We're going to have prayer. Thanking God that I'm mayor. Second of all, that same staff that Brandon got in, I'm calling in. I was there at your staff meeting. I was there. I was at all your tables. You remember? You probably remember I was there. I was at every single table with all your staff, all there, to commissioners and all. Sit down and bring you in. And the next police that's sitting in the car and acting like you sleep, I'm going to tap on the window and tell you to punch out. You're no longer needed. I'm going to mail you your check.
Interesting.
Okay? time for us to stop doing crime. It is time for us to get our families and lives together. Nobody should have to tell you that.
Okay.
It is time for us to get ourselves together. It is time for opportunities. I got a whole way of opportunities.
One second.
So can we
Last minute.
start-
Hold on.
so
One
can-
second. Last
Okay.
minute.
No, ask the question.
Last minute. Tell the people exactly why you should be the mayor of this city for the last minute.
Listen, it is time for a change, Baltimore. We can go down there with a crime plan all you want to, but we know it's time to do better. The other night, I couldn't even sleep. You know, I told you I'm on Penn North, and now it's not pop, 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 and run. It was like a video shoot. It's like everybody got so much ammunition, it makes no more sense. Nobody is afraid of no crime plan. I see the crime plan don't work because where I live, no one seems to care about a crime plan. It's getting worse and worse and worse. 300 is controllable. 300 and more, now it's a crime plan. It has to stop. It's time to take care of our family. Our
Yes.
children are out of control.
Yes.
What's next? But I'm going to tell you this now. Our grandchildren are going to be the end of this. I'm telling you, we have to get it and we have to stop it now. It is time for a future. Listen, opportunities, not crime plans. I love Baltimore. We got a lot. We got a lot of talent. We got a lot of beautiful things in Baltimore. We got a lot of love to give. It's up to us to pull together, to get it right, or hate each other and won't sleep at night. It's up to
Ooh.
you. I'm
Okay,
Uncle
Uncle
Wayne.
Wayne with the
I'm
bars.
running for mayor of Baltimore City. God chose me. Man may have chosen them. God chose me. I'm out there from April the 1st until election day. You're going to see me in those streets. I'm not giving up on us, y'all. God hasn't given up on us. I'm not giving up on us.
Can we get a
And this
round of applause
concludes
for that?
the mayor candidates, man. Be more for real. Brought to you by way of Real Explosion, man. Let's go ahead and clap it up. And give it up. That's ultra. That's ultra important. If we can just skip a scene for me and let's get to the topic of the night.
Topic of the
the
night.
relational intelligence.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah, we can get a break and everything, and we just want to get into the topic of the night. And so that was an awesome segment that you had led. You know, we had the candidates on here, and what we want to do is make sure that we do appreciate Uncle Wayne for bringing in the candidates to give them a voice, which the other news stations and the other platforms didn't afford those people. You know, and especially to be running against them and still give them a platform is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
That's what I
awesome.
have to bring up because, listen, we're in this together. The next person that's going to run this city is going to be real. I don't care who you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what. It just doesn't matter. If you're going to run this city, we have to do this together. All of it is in this city together. And what we have now is not working. You see who we have running this city. You actually see who we have running this city now. Now watch this. If we have a young black man running Baltimore and this city looks like this, so having a young black man running the city is not working. So why do we want another one? So it's not who's running the city. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
It's who believes in what running the city.
And that goes right into relational
Yes,
intelligence.
it does. Yes, it
See
does.
the difference of the
I'm
two?
glad we had this moment.
That really does go right into relational intelligence because we want to connect to the people, but we don't know how to connect to people
At all.
because we're not so real with people. If there's a mayor, let's say perhaps that says, "Okay, I want to look out for the black community and the black people," you know, at what point do even black people say that? You know, what you're doing is blasphemy, what you're doing is racist, and we have backlash from our own people.
But a white person can say it, but a black person can't. All right. A white person can say, you know what, you know, they can look out, but if a black person say they gonna look out for black people, it's like, okay, they're racist. How are we gonna help our own issues if we can't look out for our own issues? That won't make sense.
And
So-
see, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bree.
Go
So,
ahead, Bree.
Uncle Wayne, do you know what relational intelligence is?
Relational intelligence. Explain
Yes.
it to
Oh,
us. You are a
can we
mother.
pull up a definition? Do you
Yeah.
have the
So,
definition?
can we pull up that definition of relational intelligence,
I don't know if
please?
you want to see it on the screen. Can you pull it up on your phone and read it to the people?
But
Let's see
that's
if we
okay,
have
Bree.
relational intelligence. Um, we're gonna get into relational intelligence. Somebody pull it up.
1 second, y'all. 1 second. 1 second.
Somebody pull it up. But this whole segment is about relational intelligence, and the reason why it's about relational intelligence is simply because if we can't talk about religion, if we can't talk about um, racism and things like that, we could never grow. And
Right.
these are relationships that we have with people, and it's important relationships nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of black people for the first time that are becoming this, that are becoming that. This is the first black person to do this. This is the first black person to do
I'm really
that.
tired of that one though.
Can I give you guys the definition of relational
Please do.
intelligence? Okay.
Can
so
we put a definition up for the viewers as
Yes,
well?
let's pull it up for the viewers so
Let
they
us
can
know
see it.
let us know. It's up. Go ahead.
Okay, so the definition for relational intelligence is also known as social intelligence or interpersonal intelligence, refers to the ability to understand, manage, and navigate relationships effectively. It involves skills such as empathy, communication, conflict resolution, and collaboration. Relational intelligence allows individuals to build and maintain healthy relationships, work well in teams, and navigate social situations with ease. It sorry guys,
You chose to read
encompasses
it.
both understanding
Encompasses.
one yeah both understanding one's own emotions and the emotions of others, as well as the ability to adapt to different social contexts and effectively interact with diverse individuals. Overall, relational intelligence plays a crucial part in personal and professional success by facilitating positive interactions and fostering meaningful connections with others.
Okay, that was
Long one.
Yeah,
that was
definitely
long.
long.
And you could get the gist of relational intelligence. Basically, relational intelligence is being able to know both sides of the party, being able to understand both feelings of both parties, and still being able to make a decision that's independent and non-biased to both parties or what have you, or even into your own situation. But relational intelligence is still nonetheless it's still nonetheless important. So just like we were saying with the male candidates, we have black people that tried things for the first time,
Hmm.
and for some reason it seems as if black people the first time that we do things for ourselves, it seems like it's racism. And I hope the viewers can hear me, and I hope the viewers are listening very closely. It seems like when black people do stuff for our own self, it seems like it's taboo. And I brought this situation up last week when we had our viewer, our guest, Colin Frazier,
Hmm.
and he was explaining how black people in the marijuana industry, you know what I'm saying, are less than 2%. Out of 100, they would have two black growers. And so those numbers fascinate me because we're overrepresented in some areas and underrepresented in other areas. But my whole point and my whole facilitation is this. So if what we doing is racist by saying that let's spend our dollars with ourselves, let's spend our money with ourselves, if that is racist, then what do you call the people that's actually doing it? Because we have the other nations of people that are actually doing this. What do we call them who are actually taking all the American money, they spending all the American dollars within their community? What do we call them? Because we the only ones that are ostracized and seen as taboo for spending money and making business for our own people.
But you listen, I not to jump into it, but
Go ahead.
listen. But once again, Dan, you listen. I'm Uncle Wayne, and that's why I'm on you. I blame you all. That's why I said if you all
You
don't
blame us, right?
exactly
Okay.
because you all have to change things.
Right.
And and I'm on you all real hard because that's why your children, which are the teenagers, are bucking. That's what they're doing. And when you see them in Annapolis, that's why I don't bite my tongue because I don't care anymore. When you see in Annapolis, when they're gathering together to punish, and when no one does anything about it, and they're bucking, because what are they going to do? Make more laws to punish them more is not the answer. Find out more ways because that's what they're seeing.
But I don't think that's kind of fair because me as a black mother, when I go to punish my son, it seems as though the government gets involved more. So what can you do as mayoral candidate?
Because they don't want you to punish them. They want to punish them. Get it?
So we need to take our control back.
That's the thing.
Well,
if
that's
the
what we're here
father
for.
was still in there, we see these are two different things because Black men need to make the rules and regulations, policies, and procedures in our own family rules and regulations.
Okay.
We need a seat at the table just like everybody else. When those rules and regulations, policies, and procedures was made, we didn't make them. That's why they didn't fit for our family. That's why we suffering. And that's why it's the way it is. That's why we are caught in those systems. They make money off of us. Everything is set up that way. Look, I tell the truth. Listen, God is my boss.
Okay.
That's the only person that's my boss. No one else I have any fear for. So when God tells me to say it's the truth, that's why the teenagers are suffering. They don't get the same thing as everyone else. How do you feel being in school every day when you see everyone else cater to everyone else but you? You know you're not making a college, and everybody looking past you, they looking at the ones that make it to college who read and write better than you. But I'm older now. They look past me. And them college ones are out there getting high and messed up just like everyone else. And everybody focused on them. Remember?
Well,
They
I mean, it's
missed
a
the
lot of ways you can hit
opportunity.
that. Let's not stray too far from the
No,
conversation.
this wasn't a conversation. Remember, you started on a conversation.
Right.
One more time, Daniel.
Right.
I'm going straight back in you.
Okay.
You keep missing the point.
Okay.
You got to change
Exacerbate the point for the viewers, too.
because it's the point. That's why the teenagers are suffering. No one's paying any attention.
Okay. And
You back on the crime plan. Remember, let's go back here. You was on me. Watch this.
I'm not on the crime
Remember,
plan.
you were back. Crime plan. Remember, because all everybody care about is punish them. Everybody think there should be a crime plan. Remember, you said it should be a crime plan. Look at Fox 45.
I never said it should be a crime
Watch
plan.
this. Watch the
I never
whole
said.
world, but watch this. Watch this. Everybody feel there should be a crime plan. Should it be a crime plan or should it be a solution plan? Shouldn't the teenagers, because they are our future.
Yes.
Watch this. They are the most important thing in our world.
I
agree with
I'm
you.
not.
They should
I'm
be.
61. I'm headed out.
Hold on.
I'm 61.
I agree.
They're headed in. They are the most important
I agree.
thing.
I agree.
So, but right now, everybody's ignoring them.
I agree, but the topic of the conversation was relational intelligence as it refers to
But
even hold on, listen, even
still not
hold on,
getting it.
listen, even and I understand that you talk about children and teenagers. That's even another level of relational intelligence.
I'm talking about.
I understand. Trust me, I understand. I overstand. But as it relates to this conversation, what we're talking about is why is it so taboo for us as black people to say that we have a plan for black people or that we will spend money with us as opposed and it seems like it's like we're racist when the other nations of people are doing it. So if we are racist for expressing that opinion within ourselves, then what do you call the other nations of people who are actually doing it?
Spend
Is my question.
the same thing. Take the time and spend it. Tell all those people about that crime plan. Take all the time and energy and spend it into those young black teenagers who are acting out. They are our future. They don't have to be like them. They supposed to be like who they are. Find out why they're acting like that because they don't want to be molded.
So what you're saying, Uncle Wayne, is that you're going to bring voices back.
Right. I want them to be who
Okay.
they are.
Okay.
We need to find out why they're acting that way. because maybe they're acting that way because we're trying to make them something that they're not.
Exactly.
And they have had enough of us teaching.
Well, I agree
trying
that
to teach them.
teenagers.
That's why I'm feeling that
That's
way.
another
Listen,
relational
I'm so
intelligence.
passionate about it
And
because
I know
we're
you're
losing
passionate.
so many.
One
We're
second.
losing my future.
I know you. I know.
Trying to
I
get
know
a
you're
future
passionate
that-
about the children. That's another relational
It's
intelligence.
more than that because
But now listen. Now, would you
because
say that
I can't
hold
do
on,
it?
Listen, would
you
you say
have to do it because they're your children.
Would you say that? Would you say that?
But
It's
I gotta
incumbent
do it
upon
to
the
you.
adults. Would you say that it's incumbent upon the adults to lead the children in the right way?
Right.
Because if the
Crime
children, okay,
plan's
I'm not
not
saying that the
working.
children should not have a voice, but is it incumbent upon the adults to make the right choices for
Right.
the children?
And
Yes,
y'all
it
are
is.
not doing
And that
it.
goes without a shadow of doubt. And of
Y'all
course,
don't stand up for
we're
them.
not.
Y'all don't go to school and stand up for them. Y'all let teachers.
I
No,
cannot
no,
agree
hold
with
on, hold
that
on.
because I'm in my son's school.
Well,
hold on.
but the
Children need
fathers
structure.
not.
That's
the
a-
black
I
fathers
can't
not.
speak for the fathers. I can
Well,
only
they're
speak for the
not.
black
I know
mothers.
they're not.
No, children need structure, and that's the whole thing.
I know
When
everybody.
people say,
I
"Oh,
know
I'm gonna listen
children
to
need
my
structure."
child over top of an adult that's facilitating their behalf, that's really chaperoning them,"
Children-
that's a problem. Because guess what? When I was a child and I went to school and I messed up, the first thing that my parents would assume is that I messed up, not the teacher.
But I'm here to
and I'm
tell
saying that
you,
we're in a different day and
and
age.
no offense-
It's not to say that we're
But
not.
it's the same thing. Parents got it wrong.
but-
Well, I
Plenty
gotta
of
stop
times.
y'all there because
We
when my
cannot-
son comes home
we
with a
cannot-
problem,
listen,
I
we
ask him what
cannot
happened
make
first.
exceptions. Don't
Our
make the
parents
rule.
got it wrong. And let me tell you,
Exceptions
majorly they
don't
got
make
it
the
wrong.
rule.
Let me hit you in the head with a major thing. Our parents got it wrong. Integration.
Okay.
Okay, majorly. They
Okay.
should have never integrated us. Remember them 5 girls? Let me tell
Yes,
you
I
the
do
pain
remember
that's in
that.
my
Mississippi?
heart. Let me tell you a pain that's in my heart every time I see those 5 girls going down that line and they forced to go into that school.
They made him
Where
uncomfortable.
were our black men? Okay.
You
Because
you cannot blame
still
the
Let
black
him
men.
speak on this.
care
No,
if
no, no.
that
We
was
can blame the
me.
black men.
If that's
Because
what I'm
black
saying,
men
me.
want to be
Yeah,
protected
not
instead
them.
of protected.
You cannot blame the black men.
No,
You
we can
cannot.
blame the black men.
Okay,
Black
there's
men
a
want to be.
No, you
difference.
cannot.
There's
No,
a
you cannot.
difference. Let me
Okay,
tell
so
you
if
this.
you blame the black men for what happened to her,
Listen.
how much blame do you give the government for actually instituting that? How much blame do you give the white people
we
for
had
actually
this.
executing?
We gotta
Hold
stop
on,
blaming
hold
the
on.
white men.
We
and
had
we
this
need to
talk,
take accountability
Aaron.
for
We had
ourselves.
this
If you
talk.
give the blame to the black men, how much
We
blame
had
do you
this
give the
talk,
government
remember?
for instituting that, and how much blame do you give the
Remember?
white people for executing that?
But I'm
Daniel,
a different
you're
type
being
of man.
biased.
Remember,
Do they
I
get more
grew
blame
up-
than the black
Daniel?
people?
I grew up raising my brothers and sisters, and just like I said, it wouldn't have mattered. My mother, if my wife would not have got no welfare cheese or the welfare anything else,
Okay.
because I wouldn't have left the home. Do you get what I'm saying? And no man should have left the
And
home.
you think that make you different?
That's right.
No,
But
that don't
things
make you
would have
different from
changed.
no
He
other
shouldn't
man.
have left the home.
Daniel, I
that
think you're
shouldn't have
missing
left
the
the
point
home.
here. What
Sure.
he's saying is
That's
that
what I'm trying to teach you. We shouldn't have left the home.
That it was not our
shouldn't
choice.
have. Well, guess what? She should
That
have
was
got
not
the
our choice.
welfare.
I disagree
It
with
was
you
our
with
choice.
that. Who does the law benefit?
The man didn't come up there and force.
Who does the law benefit? The man or the woman?
Listen, Dan,
Who does the law benefit? The
Listen.
man or the woman?
It's up to we
Both.
accept
It's
it.
up to who?
We accept.
Okay, let me ask you in a different.
We accepted
Let me ask
it.
you in a different question. What law does a man have that a woman don't have benefit
these
from?
are the-
Hold on.
Don't
What law?
separate the
What,
two.
hold on. What law does a man have that a woman does not benefit from?
Listen,
I'm gonna ask you one more time. What law does a man have that a woman does not benefit
because
from?
the
Well, I can
black
speak-
Hold on.
Street.
Can anybody else answer that? Can anybody else?
Dan,
Can you
I'm
answer
telling
that?
you.
It's a simple question.
Listen,
No, it's a simple question.
let me explain something.
It's
If
a simple
you
question.
and I,
What law?
you got to stop
does-
blaming the woman.
What? I'm not blaming the
Stop
woman.
blaming Eve.
I'm not blaming
Eve.
Eve.
What did God say?
Who blamed
What
Eve?
did God
But
say?
everybody
Eve.
take accountability
I
for
don't care what
themselves.
about Eve, Adam. I don't care what about Eve, Adam. I don't care what about Eve. What did I tell
did you do?
Okay, now.
What did
Now.
I tell you?
Now, as you
There you go,
deflect,
blaming Eve.
as you deflect legally,
You
I'm
deflected.
talking about in the United
You
States.
deflected.
Legally, Mr. Mayor,
You
right?
deflected.
Mr. Mayor-elect,
And
right?
that's right.
Mr. Mayor
You
elect.
deflected.
I'm asking you a simple question. What
No more
law?
excuse for
hold on.
no
hold
more
on,
excuse for
hold
a
on.
man.
What law?
I don't want no more excuses for a
All right,
man,
okay.
sir.
No more.
And not now.
Okay, and it's no excuse for a man, no
Not
excuse
as-
for anybody.
Listen,
Now listen.
exactly.
Now I'm asking you a question.
No
I
more
didn't ask you
excuse.
no excuses. I asked you a question.
Remember, The same way I'm giving solutions and opportunities, it's the same way. Remember, I told you I'm teaching you. That's why I'm so hard on you.
And I'm listening.
So you can teach the
And I'm
teenagers.
listening. Now I'm asking you because you want to be mayor, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking you,
I'm
and
going
the
to.
audience is listening. What law does men have that women don't benefit from?
I already told you the
Can
reason
you,
why.
is it one? Is it none? Is
I've
it
already
10?
told you why.
Give me a number.
I
It's a
already
simple
told you
question.
why.
It's a simple question.
I already told you
no, you
why.
ain't tell me why.
I
It's a
told you
simple
why.
question.
Because we choose to leave the home.
No,
That's what happened.
is that what I asked you?
That's what
I
happened.
I did not ask you that.
Listen,
We're not going to go there.
I'm
And
telling
don't make
you,
it.
Daniel,
We're
we
not gonna go
chose
there.
to leave, Daniel.
We're not making excuses.
We're not gonna go there.
We
I
chose
think that
to
you're
leave,
giving black
Daniel.
men more
We're not gonna go
excuses.
there.
Men chose to leave, Daniel.
We're not going to go there.
Men chose to leave.
We're not going to go there.
We did.
Men choose a lot of things, Daniel.
We're not
That's
gonna
where
go
I
there.
fought. And listen, Bree, I didn't mean to interrupt you on that, but
No, you're fine.
I gotta teach you because you're at the age you are teaching the teenagers. You have got to
Okay,
get
at
this.
what point does you say you care about the youth? You care about the youth?
Absolutely.
Hold on, listen. You care about what they say,
But I
right?
can't
Hold
get
on,
to
listen.
them. I
Hold
gotta
up.
get
If you
to
care
you.
about what they say, hold up. I heard what you had to say, right? Now I ask you a question. I asked you a simple question.
You gotta go blame Eve again. Look at you.
Yeah.
I didn't say blame for anything. I
are.
asked you a simple question. What laws do that men benefit from that women don't? What laws? How many? Can you name one?
Because
yes or no?
we allowed it.
We having
Watch this.
Hold on. So when you having a simple conversation, this is how we do it, right?
He's not
If
answering
I
the
ask you a
question. Can we
question
move past it?
directly, you answer the question directly. We don't dance around the bush because then that makes the question that I'm asking, it makes it offensive to either you or me. Because I asked you a direct question and you're not answering directly.
That's not
So
a
if you
direct
cannot give me a direct answer, that's fine. Say you cannot give me a direct answer.
That's too many
Now I'm gonna
laws.
ask you this on the flip side. What laws do women benefit from that men
I
don't?
don't know all those laws.
Abortion is one. They
I
can say,
don't
look, this is
know
my
those
baby,
many
my
laws.
child. I'm gonna give you several. They say, this is my baby, my child. They can say, look, if I need child support without a DNA test, and they get the benefits. These are laws, not our feelings, right? This is not our feelings. This is not.
I get
Hold
what
on.
you're saying. I get what
These
you're
are not our
saying, but
feelings.
have you ever
Hold on.
heard?
That's two, right?
Go ahead.
I asked you what law. I'm gonna give
Let
you.
him
I'm
get
gonna
off
give you a
his
third
chest.
one. A third one is first degree grape. I'm gonna say grape. If you understand what grape is, I'm gonna say first degree grape. That's a charge that's reserved for men. So women can't be charged with that because a man has to be aroused in order to penetrate, in order for you to be charged with first
speaking to the
first
mic?
degree grape. And so that's law language. Like I'm telling you. So at what laws do men benefit from that women don't?
Now, are you finished?
Or you want to answer the question?
I'm hoping
Now,
so.
listen, like I said, there are too many laws, sir. You pick three. There are, if you get
I
to this,
pick
there are
specific
about
laws.
30,000
We're not going to dance around. Can you answer the question that I asked you?
Watch this, because I can't answer that. That'd be crazy.
That's what I wanted
don't
to
know
know.
all the laws, but I'm telling you now, if laws considered for us, I'm telling you,
They're not.
When we left out of the house, we left all rights of laws. That's why the laws were chosen without us. That's why the laws was chosen without us. Look at all the laws, like you said, abortion. That's why women can get an abortion without us. We don't say so because we left the home.
That's
you
not
think we
true.
were forced out the
That
home? We
is
weren't
not
forced
true.
out of no
But not
home.
all women believe in abortion, though. Not all women want to
I
go to
totally
abortion.
disagree with that.
What are you disagreeing on?
How?
Well, first of all, on the fact that the black man is the most involved father of any race
You know you
in
gotta
the world,
be kidding me.
and that's a fact. No, and
And
see
you know,
the fact that you think that I'm
where?
kidding, and the fact that you think I'm kidding,
Not kidding.
the fact that you
but then
think
again, you could be
that
telling
I'm playing.
In what area?
Okay.
In what
And-
area?
Can we?
the
can
most
we close
involved,
this up? Can
which
we wrap
means in
that up?
every area that you could be involved
We're
in.
getting a little bit too much into that. Can we go back to relational intelligence, please?
Yeah, and we
What the-
could.
Thank
No,
you.
we
And
really
that-
can't go into that word.
and
That,
that goes-
that was
that
a
goes-
long. That was a long.
We can save that for
description.
another
I mean,
episode.
it does
okay?
go into relational intelligence because whether you're with a child, whether you're with a boss, see, all this stuff is relational intelligence. Where do you stand at with other people? That was the whole topic of the conversation. So even with the government, where do we stand at? The government said that we are 3/5 of a man.
Okay, but before we get into that question,
And
can
look,
we
that's
please
right.
get that video on
gonna bring
relational
that one.
intelligence, please?
All
Can we
right.
please get that video
so
on
we actually
relational
had a
intelligence?
video?
I
Yes,
think
we
we
have
do got
one.
video.
Can you
y'all
cue
see
that
it?
video for me,
Let
please?
us know when the video up, please.
Oh, I directed back. Thank you, sir.
Yes, let's go.
So we actually have a
Yes,
video there?
you're gonna
I
hear
think
it,
we
but
have
the
a
viewers.
video. Of y'all can hear
To
it once
me,
again.
no matter what faith you are, for me, I'm a follower of Jesus. So my life is based on his pattern and his principles. He treating everybody, even treating everybody right, is not treating everybody the same. Out of the 12 disciples, there were 3 of them he spent more time with than he did others. There were 3 of them he took to places he didn't take to others. He went to the Mount of Transfiguration, took Peter, James, and John. He didn't take the other 9. When he went to the Garden of Gethsemane, he took Peter, James, and John. He did not take the other 9 and did not come down and give the other 9 an explanation. Because you're not always obligated to give explanations about why certain people occupy certain places in your life. Friends, this is relational intelligence.
Yes. And
This
let's
is
give that up for
relational.
Darius Daniels.
Can we
If you
give
want to hear more on that video,
it up
he
for him.
has a bunch of videos on relational intelligence on YouTube.
Let's do it. Let's
Let's
do it.
do
Let's
it.
do
I
it.
didn't see it, y'all, so I'm sorry.
Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, it
So
was
basically, what he was saying is, what I got from that video is, us as people, we do too much explaining when it comes to who we allow in our space. We don't have to
Wow.
explain.
right.
If I don't want you in my space, you don't need to be in my space.
I
Give
kind
me
of
my
got the same
peace.
thing too.
Okay.
I kind of got the same thing too because he said, look, he said he was a faith, he believed in Jesus, he's a Christian and all that, right? He was saying that when Christ went up into the Mount of Transfiguration, he took 3 apostles with him, but
Yes,
they was
he did.
12, and he didn't go and explain to them with the other 9 why he took the 3 up there with him. Because that was his relational intelligence. He knew
Mind
that
your
these 3,
business.
you know what I'm saying? I don't have to explain why these people are close. And you understand what I'm saying? That's the
I like
relational
that.
intelligence. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to explain why we had these conversations.
Like that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
We really don't have to explain why somebody's staying at a certain time.
Listen, I needed that one.
Yeah,
so I'm glad y'all
I
brought
said,
that
look,
one up.
hey, we
'Cause sometimes, listen,
speaking to
Speaking to the mic.
this struggle with being, I'm seriously being the male candidate. I spend a lot of time with God. Listen, not church, not a religion, and a lot of times you got to spend time with God. And God said, "Are you going to listen to me, or you're going to listen to them?"
Yes.
Because man gets you confused.
Yes.
There are so many opinions and so many this and that. You don't know where you're going and all.
That's
And-
that white noise that we need to black
right,
out.
that you don't know. And then that's why God said, get the male candidates. That's why you hear all different opinion and advice, and a lot of them have some great advice.
Yes.
That's why we got them on here, and that's why I really wanted to get to know them.
But not all advice.
hold on,
is
can
good
we
advice.
look?
Everybody got some good advice, good, bad, or indifferent.
Everybody do,
right?
Okay.
but what we do have to do is make sure that we pay attention to our comments.
Okay. Do we have any comments?
That's you, Danny.
Look,
You
if you
supposed to been on
if you on YouTube or Facebook, excuse me, if you on Facebook or Instagram, go over here to YouTube so we can just see your comment. Just make it easy for us. Go over to YouTube so that we can read your comment. Eric C. He said, "Wealth and trade, good stuff." He said, relational intelligence could be our ability as humans to connect with others and establish trust. Whatever we do,
I agree with
if
that.
we can't relate to
I agree with
others and create trust, there would be problems. So appreciate you, Eric C. And he said, whatever we
Yes,
do,
yes.
if we can't relate to others and create trust, there will be problems.
Can we
So
get a round of applause
can we
for
get
Eric, please?
Can we get a round of applause? Absolutely for Eric C.
That is good.
And
Round
then
of applause.
Eric James said he can't name one, bro. He can't name one, and that's what we were saying about the laws that women benefit from, that women don't benefit from. Shout out to my brother Eric James.
We
You
shouldn't have
already
left
know.
the home.
Sandbox.
Yes.
We
Sandbox.
shouldn't have left the home.
Clap it up.
And I mean, we had a guy. Not always going to agree, and that's the whole purpose of the conversation, is so that if anybody disagree with anything that we saying, make sure that you be heard. You know, the mic is open. Be more for real. The mic
Right.
is open. Brought to you by
Right.
way of Real Explosion.
Uncle
You know what I'm
Wayne
saying?
finished. All y'all gonna be in the home.
Boom. Can we get a
All
round of
y'all.
applause for that,
All
man?
this single house
The
gonna
real
be filled.
conversation.
And that's
real.
why we're rated R for reality.
That's why we rated R for reality. For real, this is the realest conversation.
Bringing about reality.
Hey.
Free cover the life.
Man.
Just saying for the male
Yes,
candidates
we
to
did.
be in the middle of the
There's
day.
not a
Oh.
And I
conversation.
appreciate it.
Speaking on that, can I drop it to him real quick? Can I drop it to him real quick? So
Do
right
you?
after this live, give us like maybe 30 minutes to 45. We're going to drop those interviews.
Yeah.
So please, everybody, go on our YouTube page and look at those interviews, okay?
Like, share, and subscribe too. We got the mayor candidates. You know what I'm
Awesome.
saying? We're not the news. We gave the other candidates that the news is not really publicizing. We're going to make sure that we get them out there and get their voices heard, their campaign heard. We have a
Yes,
conversation,
yes.
not an interview. We don't have a forum. Uncle Wayne sponsored the whole thing. Make sure we shout out Uncle Wayne for facilitating the whole process.
Yes.
Make
Shout
sure that
out.
we
Can we get a
make
round
sure
of
that
applause
we-
for Uncle Wayne, please?
Give a round of applause. We're gonna give a round of applause for Real Explosion as well. Be more
Yes.
real. I mean, it's
gonna
not
wrap it
over
up.
just yet. I mean, we do have a couple minutes, but you know, like
Absolutely. And I wanted to say this.
Okay.
I call all the mayoral candidates and each and every one. And to be fair, I really did. Because I wanted them to come on and to really get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And I got shut down by a couple.
Okay.
And I mean, really.
Are we going to name those couple, or we just going to let them
I'm going to tell you
live?
straight up off the bat. You will see. I'm not like this. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to bring no names up.
Okay.
But you'll see who didn't show up. I'm not that type. You know what I mean? I serve a higher power. I already told you. You
Amen,
understand?
amen.
I serve a higher power. You'll see who didn't show up. But take your time and get to know each candidate and choose for yourself. And remember this, you don't have to vote for me. I'm going to still love you anyway. You understand what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Yeah.
So if I
Uncle
don't get
Wayne
your
for
vote,
mayor, y'all.
can you keep me?
I said, Eric C is the Zen master. Shout out to the Zen master, man. Shout out to BMore4Real, man. You know, y'all are family, man. Shout out to everybody, man. He said, good show, fam. He said, got a little heated.
Yes, he did.
You know,
But you know,
it's
we
BMore4Real.
need
Hey,
those
listen.
heated moments. We definitely need those heated moments.
Yeah, we need
Yes.
that.
See, y'all know, listen, this age group right here is our future. Y'all
Yes.
know it. Because those teenagers, they're trying to get them crime plans. This is the one. When
He
he
pointed to
makes
me,
that
my son
difference,
generation.
when he makes that different, it'll make the difference because their children,
They're watching.
woo,
Wow, that just
Telling
answered
you.
what I
Watching
said.
and they're following.
They just answered what I said. But Norma said, she said, good show. She said, awesome topic. She said, awesome topic. Relational intelligence, we really didn't get into it like that. I mean, could we?
We didn't.
Is this something that we really want to say about that? Because we can't lead the people like that without relational intelligence. I mean, we went everywhere.
Oh, really?
That's
You want
why-
to raise
that's
I mean,
why
can we get a
our
people
viewers-
they looked this up and they ready, they done studied.
Can we
Yes,
get the people
yes,
talking about we ain't ready to
They
lead
do
y'all
what
like
they
that?
want.
That's why our viewers should go on
Since
YouTube
I'm in
and
the
they should
middle,
really
Uncle
watch
Bill
the series.
Let them finish this out. Tonight.
Right.
Go.
So our viewers should go on YouTube and you should really watch that series by Darius Daniels on relational intelligence.
Right.
He definitely describes it in full detail and you will know it.
You'll understand relational intelligence, and we just want to understand where we stand at. We want to have the realest conversations that you ever heard on the net. Don't try to cancel us, man. Don't ninja watch our stuff either. Like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. If you
Yeah,
came across this
definitely.
video, definitely subscribe. It's
Definitely.
BMore4Real. It's
Be more for real, y'all.
Brought to you by
Thanks
way of
for
Real
doing
Explosions,
that.
man.
Yes.
I am OMG Danny.
I'm Uncle Wayne.
I'm Bree for real.
Thank
Rated
you
R for
very much.
reality.
See y'all next Wednesday and every
Bye-bye.
Wednesday.
Let's